is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and I got the squad in the building.
The squad being Don Wannabe, Diamond Don Juan.
Hey.
And it's your boy, Paper Chase, back in action. Let's get it.
Hey, we back, man. Welcome to the channel. The gift that keeps on giving. People have been seeing your guys' reactions online, and they've been hitting me up.
Yeah.
They're like, Don sold out to the man. I was like, who's the man? They're like, who's this other guy with Don?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're commenting, dude, you're cheating on Black Pegasus. I'm like, it's not that deep, man.
Well, I wanted to start doing I wanted to start doing reactions with my son. So you know what I mean? Somebody actually put that in the comments.
They
were
thought
like,
that you were my dad.
Yeah.
Checks out. I mean, the age gap is there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an interesting take right there. Anyways, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We got the boys back together, and this is going to be fun. Now, before we hit record, I was talking to them about doing reactions, and they have a channel that you guys should check out. I'll link it here, where they're doing a bunch of dope stuff. Got the new studio in Denver, just a bunch of cool things going on out here in Colorado. But I was talking to them about Pantera. I was like, yo, what y'all know about Pantera? Your response to me was like, well, I've heard of them, but I don't know their music, you know?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's heard Pantera, but I don't think I've ever listened to them.
What gen are you? Are you like Gen Z? Or are you Gen X?
I'm
like,
millennial.
Oh, you're a millennial?
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I thought I was a millennial. I'm Gen X. I figured that out yesterday.
And you're a boomer,
Nice.
right?
No,
Yes.
he's a boomer. Like, we have
Technically.
all the generations.
Technically speaking.
Mother effer, you're a Gen X too. But anyways, here we are. How much Pantera experience do you have?
I mean, my homies kind of used to listen to it. I hung out with a bunch of skaters in high school, as well as like, you know, hip hop type dudes. I used to sell weed, so I kind of hung out with everybody.
Gotcha.
So they would kind of rock to it, but I didn't really know it like that. Now, I have to be honest, when I heard that intro, I was like, oh, I've heard this song. But
Okay.
I didn't know like Cemetery Gates. Like I wouldn't know it by name. I've never seen the video.
Cool. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, man. I wanted to show them some Pantera. As you guys know, I've become a fan since my first reaction on the channel. So I thought an intro for him with Cemetery Gates would be kind of dope. And that's what we're about to do. Anyway, let's get it.
You know what's funny is that you said something like when we first brought up the video to get everything cued, you're like, that dude looks like a young Tony Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
And to be completely honest, you know where I know a bunch of like this type of music from? Is Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh,
like
really?
There's that song, The Ace of Spades, The Ace of Spades.
Yeah, totally.
And we would just play like these certain levels and would play that song over and over again. And I kind of got into it. That's Motorhead.
I was going to say that. It's Motorhead. Ace, because I did a reaction to that.
The only reason that I know that song
crazy.
is because of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So
That's
full
wild.
circle. You
Maybe
know what I
that
mean?
was
Circle of
Tony
life.
Hawk. Maybe.
Anyways, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me see if it's on the soundboard.
City boy!
No.
40-year-old boys are back in town.
Hey. Oh, damn, I'm hitting chairs and...
40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys Podcast. Malt liquor for your ears.
All right, man. Damn, this feels relaxing, you guys. Not having to push a soundboard. Don out here still steering the wheel, man.
Yeah,
Holy
you know what I mean?
smokes.
That's what I'm here for.
Y'all
Do
ready?
your bidding.
Y'all ready for some Pantera?
Let's
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
ready to go. I got the video queued up.
Oh, let's go.
Without a tear in his eye.
Chase, do you recognize this song?
Not at all. Not
at
bit.
all. Not even
But
one little bit.
Not even a little bit. But I absolutely love it. I love the vibe. And they were just in our city playing with Metallica, and I actually had an offer to go to that show, and I turned it down because I was busy. And now I'm pissed. I'm so angry I didn't go because this is badass.
So
dude.
this is what's crazy. So I was supposed to go to the Metallica show so they had 2 nights. One was with Pantera, one was with Limp Bizkit. And my homie is driving, his semi-truck company is driving their tour. But he got called to do another tour and had to go to Cali, and I just didn't want to go to the show alone.
Yeah, I feel
so
you.
that is kind of funny that he said that. Anyway, sorry.
I would not want to go to the show alone either, man.
Yeah,
you
I
get
just-
thrown into a mosh pit by yourself. You know what I mean? And you don't know the etiquette. You know what I mean? You just start doing judo throws on people and takedowns. And you just go, straight to your training.
Bro, it's just like
Get kicked out.
not if I'm just being real, I want to experience something like this with the homie, like with a friend,
Yeah.
like I'm going to be driving through all this Denver traffic and all this nonsense. I'm like, yo, let's really go get it. And anyways, let's get off
That's
that.
something that I forgot about Pantera as well, is that I was kind of just expecting the so when his voice came in, I was like, oh shit, that's like
That's why I
a
wanted
little
to
bit
Got some
more
pipes on
melodic
him, yeah.
than I was expecting. And I know since you like that like emo soft boy music, I was like thinking that, you know what I mean? That probably kind of hit for you.
Kind of a little bit. Yeah, no, I definitely vibe with this. So
And that's why I wanted to play this one verse Walk, because me and you did a reaction on the channel to Domination.
Okay.
And Walk is different than Domination, which, man, it's weird doing reactions because I don't want to give too much inputs and then skew what your own reaction to the song is.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know?
trying to listen to the lyrics to see what he's talking about. He's talking about somebody left him.
Yeah, do you want to pull the lyrics? Because I like this song because the lyrics are like in depth. I could pull it up on my phone and read them.
Yeah.
yeah, I always like.
Yeah, let's hit this and let it play a little bit longer.
Yeah,
And
let's
then
do
maybe
it.
let's
Let's
get
rock.
into the lyrics.
Pantera.
Sometimes when I'm alone, I wonder aloud if you're watching over me, someplace far above. I must reverse my life. I can't live in the past and set my soul free. Belong to me at last. Through all those complex years, I thought I was alone. I didn't care to look around and make this world my own. And when she died, I should have cried and spared myself some pain. You left me incomplete, all alone, as the memories still remain. The way we were, the chance to save my soul, and my concern is now in vain. Believe the word, I will unlock my door and pass the cemetery.
You figuring out the lyrics now?
Yeah, it's like he had a loved one die. It's like, so I'm trying to figure out like who it was, like a parent, like a brother or a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
I forget, but like, so everything this is take me, or do you want to, I mean, I already reacted to this. And so that's why when you said, do you want to pull up the lyrics? Because I don't really want to give my interpretation until you guys, spit. But what are you feeling with the lyrics?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking what he's saying. I was leaning more towards like a lover or somebody like that. Like, you know, that's kind of the vibe I got off of it. But it would be very helpful to pull up the lyrics so we can kind of get a little bit more insight. I'm always a fan of that. I'm always a fan of being able to read along as it goes.
Yeah.
So,
What gave you the lover feeling? I'm just curious.
I don't know, just like the way he's singing, it just kind of sounds like he's not really speaking about a loved one or like somebody like a parent or somebody in his family. It just kind of sounds, I don't know, it sounds a little lovey-dovey to me. Maybe that's just my soft boy side that you were talking about earlier. But
Yeah, I don't know, something about being left incomplete. Like, I guess it could go either way, like a lover, or for whatever reason, for me, it just felt like a brother or a friend, like somebody that you're very close to, and it's just like not the same, or like a parent for some reason, just because it's like left me incomplete because I just didn't get to form like a normal childhood, you know? So I don't know.
I forget, but what re-listening to this, I felt like it was a friend that took himself out.
Yeah.
Because there's like an anger and hostility, like, why did you do this to me type of thing. And that's what I was feeling like. I forget, because there's, when I reacted to it, there's always a story behind how these things are written.
Yeah.
But that was the vibe that I re-listening to this with you guys. And it brings me back to like, there's these extreme feelings you get when you lose someone, anger and deep love, And so when he's saying this, where I relate to this, I don't want to get too crazy. I'm not going to have a breakdown right now, but I have to watch the way I say it so it doesn't happen. But when we lost our first child, my son Huey, I was so angry because I didn't understand what was going on. I actually did not hold him and say goodbye when we had the chance to, when they bring the body in, blah, 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 blah. And so like, this reminds me of that type of feeling. So that's where it's like, there's these extremes, because I have this extreme love for my boy, right? But at the same time, I'm so angry at what happened. I didn't know how to process it. And that was probably one of the bigger mistakes I made in my life. And so like, that's some of the thing this touches for me. And I never expected to listen to rock and feel like that type of way about a song, because it's just so aggressive. But when I sit and listen to the lyrics, there's like these intimate moments I have with my own.
There is like an anger
emotions
and a hostility that you can sense in it too. Like, it's like, you left me, like, like there's a sense.
And I wasn't in my situation. I wasn't angry. I was
No, I
angry
get it.
at the
At
situation.
yourself, and
I was angry
angry
at
at
the
the universe.
situation. I was like, this isn't really happening. No, I don't want any part of this type of thing. And it was just an effed up moment in my life. And that's one of the things that, resonates when I hear something like this.
Yeah. He did say something about like watching over me the whole time as well. So
that's why this connects.
I
with
guess
me
that's why I was
that.
thinking like a parent is like, hey, you're still watching over me, or like maybe even a friend, but maybe that's why it connected for me, is like thinking about somebody watching over you as like a guardian angel.
Yep. That internal battle about dealing with death in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope though. That song's dope. I can see how they got to where they're at. That's considered metal, right? Like, this is like metal.
Yeah, I always took them as like a heavy metal group, because like this is like an interesting experience. Like, it's almost like watching this like you should also see Walk so you can understand the kind of dynamic, the back and forth of their energy, because you know not all their stuff is gonna sound like this. And again, I'm just getting exposed to this. Like, look, I get on here, react to shit, stuff I like. I just tell my homies, like, it's like we in the car, like, yo, listen to this. I just heard this the other day, you know? So that's what I'm up here doing. Real quick in the music, I wanted to highlight his vocal range, or unless you were going to, but just how the guitarist and him were going back and forth. It was almost like the guitarist singing. There's like a little moment.
That wail at the end kind of hit it. I was like, damn, that's like almost like a wail, like a scream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that riff, like, even though I didn't even remember the lyrics or anything like that, that riff is so iconic that the riff itself is stuck in my head. So that is what I recognize. That.
And so that was on Tony Hawk?
I don't even know. It's just like one of those things that it's
You've
like
heard.
such an iconic riff that I know it immediately. But if you would play that and you were like, you know, $1 million, who is this band? I'd be like, oh, shit.
I've heard it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The guitars really stood out to me. Like I love bands like that where they have two guitarists, you know, the lead guitarist and the rhythm guitar. And that's what stood out to me through the whole video. I was getting kind of lost in that. It was hard for me to even like focus on the lyrics as much because I was just blown away by the guitarists, you know?
Yeah, that is one of those things that I've noticed as I've kind of opened my ears a little bit more. And it tells me like why people are so like dialed into these certain bands is because you can focus on any one element, like the lyrics and the vocal range, and get lost in that. And then you can listen to the guitar riffs and be like, okay, this dude is like on a whole different level in the way they're interplaying, but then the drummer as well, because I've been fucking around, you know, learning some drum patterns. And I was like, damn, like there's all these different layers. And that at a certain point, once you understand those three elements and can like listen to them all in conjunction, it just creates like that whole other like level of depth. And I think that's where like people that are really into this music, that's what I missed.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get it at the time when I was listening to it. I was like, what is this fucking noise? You know what I mean? And now that I've been like, okay, stop being a hater, actually listen to what's happening. It's like, oh, okay, I'm just fucking dumb. And just was like not really listening to it, you know?
Their side note, Dimebag Darrell, you know, a deranged fan came to their show. I believe it was in Ohio, and just had a gun and just shot him.
When
on
was
stage.
that? I remember that because it was like a huge thing.
But you know how I know that story? One, the way I know that story is I performed at that venue with Potluck. I was on tour with Potluck, and we were in the green room, and One Ton was telling me the story, but I didn't know who Dimebag Darrell. I didn't make the correlation. I didn't really know Pantera.
That's a hard ass name. I know that name as well, just because it's one of those names when you hear it, you're like, damn.
So he's telling me the story. Then fast forward to now, I'm doing reactions, and everyone starts saying, "Rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell" in the comments. I'm like, hold up. And so it took me like my second reaction to put it all together. Like I was in that venue performing because for y'all that don't know, I've managed a bunch of stuff in the rap world. And so I always share that story when talking about Pantera, because it's kind of, that's like that should be a movie. Like that's just insane. Like that's insane. Like these documentaries that are on Netflix, and maybe there is one, but that's just nuts.
Yeah, you explained a very tiny part to me, so now I'm invested, and I'm gonna have to go research it when we get off this video, because that sounds like a crazy story.
Anyways, you guys, hey, thanks for rocking with us. We got the squad together on this one. Dope stuff. Go to their channel. I'll link it in the description if you want to check out some of the stuff they're doing. Obviously, we all work together, so there'll be reoccurring guests on the channel. I just be BSing on going to Denver, you guys, because of the traffic, of course. But yo, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Do we got the outro music here?
Nah, dog.
Thank you for being a man. Hit it. Stop recording. Damn.
Peace.